Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And previously, I just did a video of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so I figured do a kind of like a Disney thing for my next few videos. And when we're doing which one of my favorite films in the Disney catalog, and definitely in a way one of the most controversial, so I'm going to get to in a minute. Which is the 1941 Disney classic, Dumbo. And of course, Dumbo, I think this is not only one of the most powerful films, but also I believe this is the fourth or fifth film, fully animated film that ever came out. It's also one of the shortest films because it's only about maybe like 65 or 70 minutes, so it's definitely one of the shortest stories in the Disney catalog. Of course, for those of you who don't know the story of Dumbo, this video is the 60th anniversary one we got in 2001. Because like on 2011, I think it was. Because it's the 60th anniversary, so it's 2001. And for those who don't know the story, that's the story of the baby elephant with the bigger than big ears, and because of those big ears, he happened to learn how to fly and become a flying elephant. And he has a little friend like Timothy the Mouse. It's also but the only animal character that Disney has made that never talks. Dumbo is the only animal, animated movie that's based on an animal that the character that never talks. So the whole film. So those of you who are used to seeing films like The Lion King or The Little Mermaid or Lady and the Tramp, you see all these movies where the animals talk. Dumbo does not talk at all. Does not say no one word in the whole film. All the other elephants in the movie, they do talk. And of course, this movie where Dumbo's mother was waiting for the stork to come, so you had this whole sequence with the stork coming. And it's about a bunch of circus elephants, and majority of the old women. There was not one male elephant among them, except for, of course, for Dumbo. And the mother was waiting for the stork to come, and when it finally came, you got a little baby boy. And of course, he sneezed, and then his ears come flying out, and it's like such huge ears. I mean, bigger than the normal ear size for an elephant his age. And actually, all the elephants, instead of calling him Jumbo Jr., which was the name the mother originally gave him, all the other women elephants started calling him Dumbo. So that's how he got the name. And of course, the mother was so long waiting to get an elephant, a baby elephant of her own. He defends Dumbo to almost to an inch for life, almost in the story. And there was one particular sequence when the circus, which they were in, reaches a new town. I think they put all the animals on display, and when the customers, particularly the kids, saw Dumbo with his bigger than normal ears, they started making fun of him. Particularly this one kid who also had like big ears, had to make fun of Dumbo for his big ears, and they were making fun of him so that Dumbo's mother defended him, went crazy. You know, defending is like pretty much saying you don't have the right to make fun of my kid. Defending Dumbo from all these bullies, pretty much, and she gets locked up in the clink as a mad elephant because she had the nerve to defend her son. And of course, that's where the saddest moment of the whole movie, when Timothy the Mouse, who's the only real friend that the elephant that Dumbo ever had, decided, "Oh, I take you to see your mother," and we went to where the mother was, and they had the song "Baby Mine," which has become played forever pretty much. Especially when a mother has her own baby for the first time, or firstborn child, they play Baby Mine or sing Baby Mine to the baby. And of course, they decided to come up. Well, what do we do with this elephant? And they made on a circus, on the head of the circus, made Dumbo into a clown. And Timothy the Mouse came up with the idea. Said, "Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we do something with your ears, make you like a flying elephant, and do this whole shtick with Timothy the elephant." And they had the circus said, "Oh, that was a good idea." And then they were so successful in their act that because of a mishap, Dumbo and Timothy get drunk. I'm not gonna say how they end up getting drunk, which is could be upsetting. This could be one controversy that come by the wayside, and then the main character gets drunk. And it's probably a kid's movie, and the main character ends up getting drunk in one scene. But the scene that the part of Dumbo that caused the controversy with parents groups, because in the 90s and in the early 2000s, these parent groups were going around like crazy, nitpicking over every single Disney movie. I think one of the first ones was, of course, with The Lion King, which I might get to if and when I get to reviewing The Lion King, as well as The Little Mermaid. The third movie that these parent groups pick on was Dumbo. And the scene they pick on is, of course, the scene at the end, like I mentioned, after the drunk scene, and they see the pink elephants. They get drunk and they're hungover and they're in the stupid tree and they're getting picked on by a bunch of crows. Naturally, crows are what color? Black. And they act like the crows. They act like black people in a minstrel show. It was very popular at the time in the 40s. By the 1940s, they started dying out. But they act, they sang, and they spoke like they were in a minstrel show. And so, of course, people complained, especially when Dumbo came out for the 60th anniversary, and even on the video release before this one, people were complaining that they were racist crows. Well, truth be told, Walt Disney was a racist and anti-Semite back in the day. I think I heard one particular story that Walt Disney was a supporter of the Nazis at one point. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I've heard of it. And so of course, when they had this bit with the crows, we saw all the racist crows. When I first saw this movie when I was a kid, like most of us have, you don't think that way. And then, of course, when you hear these stories about people complaining about the movie, like people who have no lives, they have to say complain about the movie being with racist clothes. But of course, they did this song "When I See an Elephant Fly," which is the most popular song out of the Baby Mine that's featured in the film. So of course, we're going to show you that Dumbo could fly, and Dumbo, of course, could fly in the end of the film, and then they became friends with the crows after that. Said, hey, we ain't seen none of them fly, because the crow was giving the idea, maybe he flew up into the tree. They ended up being in the tree after the drunk scene. He said, how? And Timothy's trying to figure out how the world do we get up in that tree? And one of the crows, or the leader of this group of crows, says, "Oh, maybe he flew up." He says, "Yeah, maybe he flew up." Hey, you flew with your ears and like wings, So of course that's why they came up with the idea with that, and of course we know what happens. He ended up flying. So like I said, there was one of these and of course I don't know if my camera could pick it up, but you can see here, like right. Oh wait. You see right here. These are the racist clothes that everybody talks about. Right here, on the right here. These are the so-called racist clothes. And so when they're on the front cover, they're on the back cover, right here. These are the so-called racist clothes. The thing I can get of is that the clothes are black. So what we're gonna do, make them white. So it'll be white clothes, and no such thing as a white crow. Moron, you're politically correct morons out there. But that's like I said, Dumbo is one of my favorite films, and also one of the more depressing films because of the Dumbo's mother being called Mad Elephant and all that stuff. It is kind of depressing. But I do remember watching Dumbo when I was a kid on Christmas, or not Christmas, Thanksgiving weekend. Because one of the local channels at that time in the late 80s, and into when we think it's 91, they showed Disney cartoons. And this is for the only real Disney movie they showed. I mean, they showed some other smaller, lesser known films, but Dumbo was the real big film they always used to show like the day after Thanksgiving, so the kids something to watch other than football throughout Thanksgiving weekend. So that made me feel Dumbo. I know that it's just the shortest actual movie itself. Like I said, it's about 65 minutes long, 70 minutes long, so it's very, very short. But the other Disney films was about an hour and a half, at least the later ones. So let me review Dumbo. Please subscribe, link on the channel. Please feel free to comment, please read it. Please feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please follow this video onto your Facebook pages. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.